So the OnePlus Nord packs the Snapdragon 765G, and some people say that's kind of the equivalent performance of a Snapdragon 845. So how does it compare to another OnePlus device? What about the OnePlus 6T, which came with the 845? Which one do you think is going to win? Well, let's find out. So we have the OnePlus Nord with the Snapdragon 765G on the left-hand side, of course, a 2020 device. On the right-hand side, we have the OnePlus 6T with the Snapdragon 845, a 2018 device. So does a mid-range, an upper mid-range device, to be sure, compete with a flagship device of 2 years ago? If you had to choose today between a OnePlus 6T and a OnePlus Nord, which one would you go for? And as I'm saying that, there is already a difference in the performance here. The OnePlus Nord is in the lead, it's in the compression test, whereas the OnePlus 6T is still in the JSON test. It's going to get to the compression. There you go, it's now in the compression test. So at the moment, the lead is building up in favor of the OnePlus Nord. This could be very interesting. Of course, there is a difference in the CPU and GPU setup, particularly maybe the GPU is going to be a difference. Maybe the GPU in the 765G isn't the same level as a flagship device. Let's find out. 16 thread test on the left-hand side, it's doing very well. Oh, the right-hand side, that's looking nice. Look at that, it's looking quite good. It's racing across the screen there, but not enough yet to catch the 765G. It's now into the blur test, which is the beginning of the mixed CPU GPU part of this test, and upcoming soon on the left hand side will be the smoke particle test, which will give us a glimpse of the 2D graphics performance. On the right hand side now, of course, we are also into the blur test while we're waiting for the smoke particle test to come up on the left hand side. So clearly the OnePlus Nord is a whole test ahead. They both switched there at the same time. The OnePlus Nord is a whole test ahead at the moment. 19 frames a second for the OnePlus Nord as it now goes into the Unity test. So it's already into the 3D section, while the OnePlus 6T is still in the mixed CPU GPU, but 14 frames a second. Well, that's quite a difference there. That is quite a difference there between those, while the OnePlus Nord now is clearly sailing through that Unity test. Looks pretty easy, actually. It seems to be doing quite well, while the OnePlus 6T is also going through the same Unity test now. It's doing a bit better, I would say there, maybe a couple, 3 frames a second higher. Is that mean it will be able to catch up? Well, the OnePlus Nord is already into the Unreal test, so at this point, it looks like the OnePlus Nord is going to win. It's definitely not going to be much of a competition. No, look at that, it's way ahead. This was only just starting now. I don't think there's going to be much to go, but wait. Look how fast that's going. Look how smooth it is on the right-hand side. Could it get to the end of that path before it? I don't think it could. Surely no, not at this point. It couldn't do it. Which, there we go, on the left, 2 minutes 21.3, and on the right, 2 minutes 22.4. Okay, let's break down the scores and see exactly what happened. So as we saw, they're very close right to the very end. Ultimately, it was a win for the OnePlus Nord, 2 minutes 21.3. 1.1 seconds later, the OnePlus 6T, 2 minutes 22.4. We look at the CPU, 57.5 versus 1 minute 6.1. So that's a win for the OnePlus Nord and the Snapdragon 765G in the OnePlus Nord. When we get to the mixed CPU, GPU, again, a win for the OnePlus Nord, 30 seconds on the nose compared to 34.2. So obviously a difference of 4.2 seconds there. But when we get to the GPU, everything was changed around. Adreno 620 versus Adreno 630, a win for the OnePlus 6T, 42 seconds fix compared to 53.8. That's an 11.8 seconds difference. So if you're doing GPU heavy stuff, if you're into gaming, it looks like the OnePlus 6T would be the better choice. If you're into just productivity, social media, that kind of stuff, then the OnePlus 6 Nord would be better. Of course, there are other differences, including the cameras and battery and so on. But overall, in terms of performance, the OnePlus 6 Nord won, 2 minutes 21.3. My name is Gary Sims, this is SpeedTest G. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. If you like these kind of videos, why not stick around by subscribing to the channel? Okay, that's it. I'll see you in the next one.